St Kilda unable to take advantage of a Carlton mistake. And normally, under Ross Lyon, they have played the percentages so well, the Saints, in the last couple of years, but not this evening.
So boundary throw in. Pretty open towards the goal here. A lot of space that Goddard can almost run into. Russell gets across. That was the idea for the Saints. They sort of all got one side and surged towards goal. Tom, your top four?
Yeah, I think Chris Judd's overall influence on the team. Carrazzo's done a fantastic job on a match winner. Eddie Betts with his 4 goals. Jared Waite's been good. I could have thrown in Carlton and your boy Russell, who's had a career high 32 possessions. So ran out of votes in the end, Dennis.
Good work, Tom. Ball is out of bounds again. So what a night it's been for the Blues. Had to wait all weekend for what is their high point of the season, I'd say. Beating Geelong was something, but I think tonight, coming off that Collingwood loss, may mean even more. Johnson, under pressure, put down. And it's going to be a relayed free kick on the outer side. Lenny Hayes showing the frustration. And no point to that now.
Well, apart from Nick Riewoldt, they're not missing anyone I can think of off the top of my head in their best 22. So the interesting thing will be how they bounce back from this.
No question about that. I mean, we all knew that the Geelong St Kilda dominance was not going to happen this year. They've both come back to the field in many ways. I mean, the Cats are 5-2 despite the huge wins at Skilled Stadium this year. And, well, we've got 2 teams up the top at the moment in Collingwood and Fremantle. So a different look to a table. It's been a while since the Saints or Geelong haven't been on top of the table, particularly this far into a season in the last 3 years.
We've got a couple of cracking Friday night games. We've got Collingwood and Fremantle, then we've got Collingwood and Geelong, really seeing the cream of the crop.
So Gardner, Leas, a result like this, it gets the footy world absolutely buzzing, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. I mean, they've been so good the last 12 months. St Kilda, we know that. We always knew they were going to suffer when Riewoldt got injured, but you wouldn't have had any thought tonight that Carlton could win by 10 goals. I must admit, I thought Carlton might win, but not by this kind of margin.
Hand pass comes across to Scotland. Got it from White. Carrazzo down towards the pocket. Beautiful pass. Betts has got it. Betts thinks about going to the middle. No, still not on. He's just sparring with Graham.
Go back and kick the goal. He's red hot.
Just testing the umpire's play on call.
Have a look at this here. Chris Judd, he's doing it all tonight. He's even doing his own physio work. Sees the fingers out and there you go. Put it straight back in.
It's a hard man that does that. Betts. It's a word that terrorizes goal umpires. Put it over his hat.
Well, 5 goals, 21 possessions.
That's a big night's work for a permanent forward, isn't it? Yeah, just a forward third play. You can't do much better than that.
Yep.
Lee, they've got 9 goals out of Betts and Garlick.
Yeah.
Similar result when they knocked off Geelong. They just got fantastic return. I think the inclusion of Waite as a forward and Halpin obviously playing as the key forward as he has been has just given them a few different dimensions, and the St Kilda backs have had to man up on all of them.
4 goals to Betts in the last quarter. Now, Betts hasn't been a popular word with the AFL in the last week or two, but right now it's feeling good. And Chris Judd, well, you can never blame him for not pulling his finger out, but he did pretty well there.
Just a couple of rippers from you there, Bruce.
Dennis wrote them down. How did I go, Den?
Beautifully delivered, Bruce. I can't claim them.
Simpson paddling. They haven't paddled all night, Carlton. They've been flying. Dal Sando's paddled, though.
And you mentioned Jared Waite in your top 4. I mean, really, his first quarter, that sort of set the scene of the game. That's got him the few goals break, and from that point, St Kilda haven't been able to wind them back.
It set the tone, and Sam Gilbert had to defend, which is something different to St Kilda. Then there's a whole flow and effect throughout the entire team.
Simpson, Carrazzo, back he goes. They're just so confident. Gibbs. Scotland, been terrific, Scotland. Jamison with a bit of time. And right now, Russell would be a contender for All-Australian. Back he goes to Jamison. Just had to search a bit for it. Handball over the top to White. to Scotland. Played in a couple of grand finals for Collingwood. Down the line, and that one a bit too far for Thornton.
I know it's a school night, but there's a few empty seats now. I think we know where the St Kilda supporters might have been sitting. I think they might have had enough.
Okay, that's it, mate. That's
So
it.
Graham in short.
That was full 30 minutes ago.
It was, yeah.
Graham drives it down towards the attacking 50. Jamieson at the back couldn't hang on. There's Russell, runs into a dead end, and the ball wedged against him. We'll have a ball up.
So many winners for Carlton. Jamison's been enormous. Justin Kazitsky's been starved of opportunities. He's only had the 7 possessions, so winners everywhere in the blue and white.
After the bounce, scramble, Joseph, Hardy customer, Jacobs out towards the boundary. Murphy running out of space, goes along the boundary, off hands and out of bounds. Interesting talking with Nick Revolt. There's Yaron, cop one on the back of the head. Just talking with Nick at three-quarter time, I raised the matter of Peak and Lovett. And in-house, that suggests that St Kilda do know that they're a little susceptible against real speed, and we're trying to get some themselves. We both know that, at least with Lovett, impossible. And Peak needs to find some form as Murphy comes away. An insight that St Kilda weren't completely happy with pace. Well played, though, by Clark to Gwilt. Little chip from half-back. Just over a minute to go. Coming hard was Joseph. Armfield gave it across towards Murphy. Diving on top of it, Blake. Armfield tackles Jones. Eventually, the Saints bring it away. Montagna. Milne. He's tried hard. Milne towards half-forward. Dawson has it knocked away by White. Boundary throw-in.
Yes, I know Tom mentioned that maybe the Kazitsky has started opportunities. I'm not so sure if I see it that way. You know, I just think Jamison's done him.
Yep.
In the contest. He hasn't been able to lead clear of him, and Jamison has spoiled all night.
Murphy, he started with that hard tag. Goddard's got him now. Back to Stephen, back to Jones, who was the hard tag. So Lee, Ross Lyon, we talked about Geelong's big defeat a couple of years. You don't panic, obviously, but sort of have some doubts after tonight or not?
Well, it's not so much what a Ross Lyon does. It becomes that belief and confidence of the team itself. Like all of a sudden, they've been so unbeatable. Their belief has been so strong.
And they've scrambled one home from Montagna.
And that's how it's that belief that gets fragmented a little bit. I mean, they have just been so hard to beat. This is the only game they've been blown out of the water, really, since they really got since the start of 2009, really. And all that means they know Nick Riewoldt not there. So, okay, we know we have to play for a fair while without him. Okay, we think we can defend, but tonight they've been able to defend. Aside is they always probably think 9 or 10 goals is about our limit scoring-wise. But to have 20 kicked against them, that just fragments things a little.
Well, the biggest defeat under Ross Lyon at any stage for the Saints is 60 points.
We're on record pace then. 61 at the moment. I wonder if Ross is aware of that. Feeling nervous. We're down to 24 seconds. Jacobs has to wait. Gardner had the run. Montagna out of the middle. Jones kicks it inside the forward 50, battling against a couple. Kazitsky at the back of the pack. Johnson, Jamison, Johnson again, and they'll bring it away once more. White stabs it short of the wing. Jacobs juggles the mark. We're down to 3 seconds. Carlton, what a meaningful victory. Eureka. Monday Night Football, Carlton 20 goals 9, 129 defeats St Kilda 9-14-68.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.